Hello and welcome to the Diabetes Army Rebuild podcast. This week we're talking about all things water and type 2 diabetes. My name is Dan. I am a pre-diabetic, formerly a type 2 diabetic. And this is my podcast, Create Awareness as far as type 2 diabetes goes. I've lost 138 pounds, and I'm looking forward to trying to get people talking about type 2 diabetes and all things about type 2 diabetes, and just create a little more awareness so we can bust through some of the myths and things like that. So this week we're talking about water, the effect of water. I'm a big spring water guy. I have water delivered to my house in Los Angeles. I'm doing a lot of business right now up in Edmonton, Canada, where I'm actually buying a lot of water. I'm buying Fiji, I'm buying Evian, I'm buying, what else am I buying? The Icelandia. So I'm all about water and healthy water, right? So what's the difference between spring water and purified water? Well, it's the things that are in the water is what really makes the difference when it comes to what's going on with water, right? Purified water you can take sort of like almost disgusting water, run it through a number of filters, and put some processes to it, and the next thing you know, you've got actually purified water. They bottle it and they sell it. So, the total dissolved, total dissolved substances in the water are some of the things that come up with this, but they can all be injected. They'll put just a bunch of different things as opposed to having it natural. Now, spring water comes right out of the ground. There's very little processing to any of the spring water. Yes, it's more expensive. However, I think it's just so much better for you. So I'm big on the spring water and what we're doing with water. The other thing I want to talk today about, so that's my view between spring water and purified water. And you can do tap water too. You can actually look up and see what kind of minerals and things are in your tap water to see how clean your actual water is that you're drinking out of the tap. But if you're going to buy anything really in a water machine, look to see if it's spring water or just purified water. And I think, in my opinion, it's just worth the investment to go after the little bit more for the spring water than just drinking the water that's had a lot of processes done to it. It's like eating processed food, in my opinion. However, you do you. But what I really want to talk about today is the hydrogen-rich water, because there's a lot of things going on with the hydrogen, and so I've heard so many different theories about it and stuff like that. So I want to talk a little bit about it today and its effect with type 2 diabetes. I went to PubMed and I found studies that have been done on hydrogen water. I don't want to talk about myths. I want to talk about science and the science of hydrogen water and what's been proven. So I found a study done by some Japanese folks, it looks like. I'll just name the last person because it's a number of names. So you could look this person up, and I'm sure you could find the study. Toshihashi Yashikawa. I know I butchered the name, but I'm sorry, but it's unfamiliar to me. So I'm just trying to get it out there. All right, let's talk about this study because I think it's really interesting. So it says oxidative stress is recognized widely as being associated with various disorders, including diabetes, hypertension, arteriosclerosis. It's well established that hydrogen has a reducing action. We therefore investigated the effects of hydrogen-rich water on the lipid and glucose metabolism in either patients with type 2 or impaired glucose tolerance, IGT. So what they did is they looked at two different sets of people, involved with insulin resistance, basically, and type 2 diabetes. So they performed a randomized double-blind placebo-controlled crossover study with 30 patients with type 2 diabetes controlled by diet and exercise therapy, and 6 with IGT. The patients consumed either 900 milliliters of hydrogen-rich pure water or 900 milliliters of placebo water, right, for 8 weeks, and with a 12-week washout period. Several biomarkers of oxidative stress, insulin resistance, and glucose metabolism So at the end of the day, the results came down to, they're saying in 4 of 6 people with IGT, right, the intake of hydrogen-rich water normalized the oral glucose tolerance test. In conclusion, these results suggested the supplementation of hydrogen-rich water may have a beneficial role in the prevention of type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance. Now, that's huge. I mean, big enough for me to start drinking it. So, you know, there's a lot of health gurus out there who have been putting, you know, a lot of studies up, and I wanted to go and just find out for myself, find out for you as to really what's going on with this stuff. So I've got a hydrogen bottle up in Canada while I'm up there doing my projects, and I've got one down here in Los Angeles. I drink it. I use spring water in it, and then I do the hydrogen process. It's basically a bottle. On the bottom, you can have a little button you hit, and it provides hydrogen into the bottle. So I've been using that. It's worked great. I think it's made a difference, right? So I don't know if it's just that, but I watch my diet, my exercise, right? I'm exercising 6 days a week. I'm eating low carb. I'm using the hydrogen water. I was on 7,000 units of insulin a month. I'm now off them. I've lost 138 pounds. You know, I'm a pre-diabetic from a type 2 diabetic. So I think a lot of the elements all come together to make this work. I don't just think it's one thing or another. I just think it's a lot of things that actually come in together to make this stuff go. So that's where we're at. The studies, this is off of PubMed. So this is the actual science of this hydrogen water, and it's telling us it works. So you can go look for yourself and make your own determination. But this is what I found. I'm doing it, and it just sort of is what it is. So I'm hoping that this might help you too. My name is Dan. This is the Diabetes Army Rebuild podcast. It's a pleasure to come to you, and we hope to see you through our entire series this year. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to reach out. We're on Instagram, Diabetes Army. TikTok, I stream live on late Saturday afternoon and late Sunday morning when I do cardio, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Just bring them along, and let's have some fun. Thank you again. I really appreciate you following us, and I appreciate you.